And welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight this afternoon, we're watching and reacting to Cameroon versus Morocco, Africa Cup of Nations 2025 quarterfinals. Morocco looking for their first win against Cameroon in AFCON competition. They've lost 2, drawn 1. Cameroon is 1-2, drawn 1 against Morocco. This time it's for a semifinal place. Morocco looking to play a semifinal in their own home country. Cameroon looking to upset Morocco, who have at times looked shaky throughout this tournament. So, it's definitely not impossible. Cameroon beat up South Africa to get here. Morocco, of course, won 1-0 over Tanzania to get here. Semifinal on Wednesday. We'll be live for it if Morocco makes it. Algeria versus Nigeria. The winner of that game will play the winner of this one in the semifinal. Of course, Senegal already won their game, but they're playing the other semifinal. They would play the winner of Ivory Coast and Egypt. So, one team in, 3 more to advance. 7 teams left in this tournament. We're about to be at 6 by the end of the day, no matter how it ends up. But Abdelela Stadium once again for Morocco. Beta, Dahan Beta, center ref. North African Derby, incoming Morocco versus Algeria. Well, I mean, I hope so. That's good for me if it is. But either way. l-Meghrib. Of course, that's what we're here for. Starting 11s are as follows. Then we have 3 NFL streams over the next 3 days. And daily game recaps. But we'll get there when we get there. Starting 11s are as follows. For Cameroon, in goal is Davis Apasi. The midfield, or the back 3 is Nuhu Tolo. Seattle Sounders, Nuhu. Yeah, he's on the thumbnail. What'd you expect? This is a CONCACAF channel. Of course we put a Sounders star on the thumbnail. Of course we would. Samuel Kato and Che Malone, the back 3. The midfield 5, Mahamadou. We have Danny Namaso, Carlos Baleba. We have Arthur Avom. And we have Junior Shamadeu. And up top, Brian Mbuemo and Christian Kafane from Morocco. In goal, we have Yassine Bono. The back 4, Akraf Hakimi, Naif Agard, Adam Messina, Nusser Mazraoui. Midfield 3 of Bilal El Kanous. We have Neil El Anawi, Ishmael Savari, and up top, Brahim Diaz, Ayub El Kabi, Abde Ezel Zuli. So that's what we have there. How we doing, Dillon? How we doing? How we doing, son? We got y'all. We're in. We're ready to go. Hopefully this game is more interesting than it was the Tanzania game or even the Comoros game. Either way, big ups. Hoping for a good one here. I would hope so. Cameroon's a good side as well. So we'll see how this goes. Should have some fun with it. But we'll review it once it's over, of course. And then we have some NFL games over the next 3 days. We'll be live, of course, on Saturday for Packers versus Bears, or Packers at Bears, before we do our Saturday review. So we'll be live, and then we'll review the whole day, the 2 games of the day, on the same video. Sunday, we'll be live for Chargers at Patriots. Then we'll review all 3 Sunday games after the Patriots game. And then on Monday, it's just Texans at Steelers, live review. Then we'll make our divisional predictions on Tuesday. Or if there's nothing on Wednesday because Morocco loses, I guess I'll push that video to Wednesday. But either way. Yep. And frankly, they probably should. I knew this was coming. Yes, they did. They did. I mean, I'm kind of glad. Let me put it like this. If Ole Miss were to win and Indiana were to win, I had an upset bracket on ESPN that possibly could have won me money if Ole Miss won. It was an upset bracket, though. But am I mad that Miami won? No. No. The way Trinidad Chambliss was playing, if Indiana played Ole Miss or Oregon for that matter, it would not have been easy for either team to beat Ole Miss. So the hate watch would have probably been very painful on my birthday eve. So you know what? Yeah, Miami surprised me. I still think Carson Beck's a fraud, but you know what? Miami, their defense is tough. And Ole Miss couldn't stop a nosebleed. And they made Carson Beck look pretty solid. Which, if you do that, you're going to lose. Because Carson Beck knows how to look solid like a game manager, but the dude's a fraud. Now, the difference between Indiana and Ole Miss is Indiana, well, they have a better defense than Ole Miss, but they're not afraid to tackle. I don't think Indiana would not be able to stop a nosebleed. But at this point, if it's Oregon, Miami, I'll wear my McLaren Miami shirt on Monday night, the 19th. If it's Indiana, Miami, I'm wearing a red Blue Jays jersey, red and white, because Indiana's red and white. I'm really grasping at straws here. Either way, Walker Zimmerman should definitely help our back line. I agree. Now I want a striker. Well, if you're getting John Harbaugh, it could be. If not, no, it wasn't. It's not his fault. Sadly enough, I think they're getting rid of Tua as well. Which, that's the right decision. Getting rid of Tua is the right decision. To be real. Firing Mike McDaniel, if you're not getting Harbaugh, it was a bad decision. If you're getting Harbaugh, I guess I don't know if it's the wrong decision. I don't know if it's the right decision either, but at least Harbaugh is a slight upgrade, in my opinion. I think Miami beats Oregon. If it's Oregon, I think Miami wins. If it's Indiana, 50-50, but I still lean with Indiana. I still think Indiana is the best team of the three left. Then Miami, then Oregon. My rooting interests are ironically just who I think the best team is. It's not that my rooting interests are based on who the best team is of the three left. It's just ironic that my rooting interests reflect who I think the best team is of the three. Indiana's the best team left of the three, then Miami, then Oregon. And frankly, I think coaching-wise, I think Cignetti is the best coach of the three. I think then Mario, and then Lanning. And then Pete Golding, but that doesn't matter. Yes, because at least the good thing for Ole Miss is Ole Miss has a good offense. I don't think Dante Moore is as good as Trinidad Chambliss, and I don't think Oregon has the offense Ole Miss does. Oregon would be stonewalled by Miami. At least Ole Miss started to figure out how to move the ball, because Trinidad Chambliss is that good. Hate to admit it, but it's true. It ain't, I'll tell you this, it ain't Mikel Uda. That rumor scares me. Teams are shaking hands, we're getting ready to go. Mikel Uda being the striker rumor scares me. Hearing that floating around, oh my God. That's going to be horrible. Starting 11, a posse for Cameroon. Back 3, Nuhu, Kato, Malone. Midfield 4, that's a midfield 4. We have Baleba, Avom, Chamadeu, and Mahamadou. Midfield 2, Namaso and Mbuemo. And up top, We have Kofane. I don't know. I'd rather be on Colorado than Montreal, though. I don't understand why Europe doesn't want him either. I don't. I mean, I understand why Colorado got him, because let me tell you, if I had any power, Morocco wearing their white jerseys, if I had any power and I was the coach, if the Pirate was called, would I want Sealy on a certain team that wears red? You're damn right. Do I not understand why? I don't know. Dahan Beta, the center ref, I don't understand why Europe doesn't want him. I don't. Trust me, I don't get it at all. Nuhu in the coin toss with Hakimi. What a sight. I don't get it. Fair enough. That is true. Do you think John Eric Sullivan's a good GM for Miami? He must be. Bono in goal for Morocco. I mean, he must be. That he got him to a national championship final. Mazraoui, Messina, Aguerd, Hakimi. That's a pretty good GM. El-Anawi, the single pivot. That's an idea. Midfield 2, Sabari, Bilal, El-Khanous, and up top the front 3, Brahim, El-Kabi, Ez-Al-Zouli from Morocco. I mean, if you get to a national championship game, you know what? You're good. They're always terrible. It doesn't matter if it's SEC ref, Big Ten, Tank Conference, ACC, Big 12. Doesn't matter. All college football referees are garbage. And frankly, they did miss that PI at the end of the game. But, you know, it's whatever. It's whatever. Yeah, I watched it. I just wasn't live for it. Either way, game's about to kick off here for Morocco. We'll focus on it. And we're off. Morocco wearing white, Cameroon wearing their green, black, and red. And yellow. So much color. So little time. And we're off. 0-0. So much color. So little time. Here we go. 0-0. Can Morocco play their best game of the tournament so far? At least of the ones I've watched. Ball cleared out. Can Morocco step up? Played forward. I don't know. Like, I am surprised the Ole Miss player did not get called for targeting earlier in the game. You're right. It's just dark green. Okay. Either way. I'm surprised. Like, they both should have been out for targeting. I think the Miami one was worse, but the Ole Miss one was still targeting. It was a defenseless receiver. It's not like, I don't know. I can't explain it. Either way. Do you think Suriname beats Morocco? No. 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 No, they would not. No. No. I mean, Morocco does play down to competition, but they've at least beat the lower competition, so. Think Suriname could beat Bolivia? Yes. Yes, I do. I think Suriname could beat Bolivia. Yes. 0-0, 2 minutes in. I think Suriname can beat Bolivia. Yes. Morocco, no. 0-0. A posse to make the goal kick. No, he throws it to his defender. Cameroon on the ball. We've been doing a watch along for the playoffs. Talk about the World Cup qualifiers. Yes. I'll be live for those in March. Don't worry. If talk about the NFL playoffs, I'll also be live for those games. So. And if we talk about the NHL, if the Leafs make the playoffs, I'll be live for Leafs games, which it looks like they might. Raptors, we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll do both if they both make the playoffs. We'll see. Jamaica versus New Caledonia. I can see it. Now I'll be live for that one. I'll be live for Jamaica. I got a Jacksonville-Denver AFC title game. If the Jags weren't as hot, maybe I'll pick the Pats instead. I understand that. Maybe I was leaning towards my guys, just like you're leaning towards yours. But I have a funny feeling that divisional weekend in the AFC are going to be 2 Ryan Isaiah derbies. And then the AFC title game is going to be another. Because for me, I have the AFC North champions and the AFC East champions. I got the Pats and Steelers. You have the Jags and Denver. And the way it could play out, very likely we got a Jacksonville, New England divisional. And if the Steelers win, Denver, Pittsburgh playing each other. And then, of course, then we have the winners of those games playing each other. So I pointed that out in the prediction video as well, but either way. I feel like Patriots-Broncos is still very likely. Wouldn't shock me if it was Jacksonville-Denver, though. But I got my guys, and you got yours. Cody versus Drew McIntyre is going to be no commercials tonight. Okay. Doesn't matter. I might be watching the Oregon game anyway. Frankly, I don't want any of them. Or at least any of them that are draft eligible. Malachi Toney is a damn good player, but he's a freshman. He's not in the draft yet. But, well, shit, he's going to be too good for the Patriots to draft. But if the Patriots could draft him in like 2 years, Malachi Toney, because damn it, we need some wide receivers that aren't Stephon Diggs. Besides, Stephon might be retired by then anyway. Yeah, Malachi Toney. That's definitely a need, but he's not in the draft this year, so we've got to wait a couple of years for that one. 6 minutes in, 0-0. Morocco with a free kick. Over the top, header. Do you think Mexico should win against South Africa? Yeah, because South Africa just got their shit rocked by Cameroon. Agende back in Miami, all is good. Seems like Koke or Lo Celso's coming too. Miami's going for it. Well, but yeah, Mexico could beat South Africa easy. Corner for Morocco, 0-0. See what they get out of this. Ball crossed in. Short corner, shot wide for another corner. Who wants to root for the Colorado Rapids, if that's what you're asking him? Ball crossed in. The less people root for Stan Kroenke teams, the better in my book. And besides, ever since Stan Kroenke moved the St. Louis Rams to LA, he's treated Colorado Rapids like shit. See, the problem with the Rapids is they used to be the second lowest team on Kroenke's radar when the Rams were in St. Louis. Now that he moved them and got what he wanted, now they're on the bottom of the totem pole. The only thing saving them was the Rams were in St. Louis. Did you see how dirty he did St. Louis? He's from frickin' St. Louis. And he still did the city dirty. After helped bring the team over. Do I need to go back on this? You know what? Because I'm a Beckham fan, says Isaiah. Either way, though, I don't blame him. Who the hell would want to root for the Rapids and Stan Kroenke, that rat bastard? No Arsenal fans, I don't hate him for the reasons you hate him. I hate him for what he did to St. Louis. But if we could agree to disagree, I guess, so be it. The Rams should still be in St. Louis. I don't care. Playing forward. Here comes Morocco. That should be a free kick. It is. Hakimi draws the free kick right in front of the box. Well, no, I'm loyal. There's a difference. Well, no, I'm loyal. There's a difference. And I don't give a shit about Beckham. And Messi gets me good views, or at least he did when he got here. But there's a difference. At least Toronto won an MLS Cup. And they can do it if they actually gave a shit. And they could do it if they actually had a coach who knew how to win. That's the problem. They don't have a coach or front office who knows how to win right now. That's the difference. Call the pirate. But either way, I'm loyal. There's a difference. I don't give a shit about David Beckham. Yeah, thank you for making the league stand. Thank you for making the league survive. That's where you want to go with it. But, I never really had an affinity for David Beckham, and frankly, not for the Spice Girls either, so who gives a shit? 0-0, free kick for Hakimi. I ain't gonna listen to him anyway. Why do you think I care so much about the call the pirate thing? If I could just... It's much easier for me to say fuck this shit and root for Miami. But why would I listen? Free kick for Hakimi. Short free kick, that's going out. Again, if I didn't care at all, I wouldn't be saying call the pirate. Because if I didn't care at all, I don't give a shit who their coach is. I don't give a shit if there's only one guy who can make that team win. And you can't see the forest for the trees. If I didn't care, I'd be like, yeah, keep on running with Robin Fraser. I don't give a shit. Keep on running with every idiot down the block. I don't care. I ain't gonna listen. Toronto deserves better. See, the problem is I care and I'm loyal. And I know they can have better. And I know they should have better. And I know who is better. That's the problem. See, that's the problem. It would be better if I didn't care. So, but that's the problem. I care. When I love and I care and I'm loyal, it's not good for me. It's not good for me. Oh, yeah, the Jets are ass. I'm surprised, honestly. Like, it's sad. Like, I have to agree. At least the Leafs are starting to even out. At least the Leafs, talent-wise, should at least be in the playoff hunt. I'm not saying playoffs are a divine right, but at least with the talent they have, they should be in the playoff hunt and not at the bottom of the league. They're starting to climb their way back up. The Jets are in the same boat to me, and they're still at the bottom of the league. It's crazy. After being the freaking President's Trophy winners, it's crazy. Like, I don't know what. Like, I know they're trash. I don't know what the hell's going on. I couldn't really understand what the hell was going on with the Leafs either, and I was watching them either way. At least the Leafs are on their way back up. The Jets, on the other hand, they still suck. Shockingly, of course. Well, yeah, you wanted him fired after the playoffs. Fourteenth minute. 0-0. But trust me, I ain't. But I ain't going nowhere. So don't worry. For better or for worse. Player down hurt for Cameroon, 0-0. Morocco looks like the better team so far, as you would sort of expect, or at least the favorite looks like the favorite. They look better offensively than they did against Tanzania. That is true. Problem is, they've still really had some bad misses. But other than that, as Alzuli, if I'm Morocco, I feel comfortable. As Alzuli has the ball, plays it short, good cross, and Morocco gets the ball back. As Alzuli with a cross header, and nobody's there. That'll be out for a corner for Morocco. This does look better than both the games I watched. Comoros and Tanzania. This does look better. Or at least was live for. This does look better. That may change, but either way. Ball crossed in. Header cleared away. That's out for another corner. Morocco. Ball crossed in, or this is about to be another corner. Ball crossed in. Header. Nope. Feel like Cameroon has a little bit more height than Morocco does. Crossing inshallah might not work here. Nuhu clears it out. Good job, Nuhu. Oh. Tackle. That ball's out at least for a throw. It might be a free kick, though. Ball crossed in. Brought down, and that's out for a corner. Morocco just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing. This looks really good. And Nuhu's down. No, he's up. It's 15. Number 15. Avom is down. Yellow card. I saw the 5, not the 1. Playing forward. He's got to be a politician at this point. All these years through the Winnipeg hockey roller coaster, and he's still there. I'm seriously wondering if he's got some dirt on Shipman. Probably. I think there's a lot of people in sports who have a... I'm not going to read that second part. That's not smart. I don't know. I don't know which one's worse. I mean, if you think about it, both could be blackmail. If you think about it, I mean, either way, it's blackmail. I don't know. Playing forward. Oh, no. 19th minute. I mean, any way you slice it, that's blackmail. Nil-nil. Playing forward. Brahim gets taken down. Free kick. I just don't know what else it could be at this point. Fair. th minute. Free kick. Morocco looks like they're really going. They got to get some here. They got to get some. With this moment where they're pushing the pace, they have to get something. If they don't, they're going to be up Schitt's Creek. Let's be real. Ball crossed in. Header. Goal kick. Yeah, I agree with that. Player down hurt for Morocco or Cameroon? Cameroon. th minute, player down, and they brought up the stretcher. Cameroon player down. Yep. And the stretcher's out. It's number 2. Number 2, Chamadeu is the player down. They brought out the stretcher, so it must not be this is a comment after the Trinidad Chambliss waiver was denied. Ole Miss fans, what are the plans now? Long walk off a short pier. Aye. That sucks. You know what? Yeah, I agree. I mean, for Trinidad Chambliss, honestly, the waiver for the 6th year being denied is the best thing for him because the NFL, because the college quarterback class this year is absolutely garbage. Trinidad Chambliss could arguably be the second quarterback taken in the NFL draft this year, if not the first. It's garbage. I just hope it ain't the Steelers. I couldn't stand that shit. I'm sorry. I hope the Jets take him. Sadly enough, Abimbe is on for Chamadeu. Sadly enough, Trinidad Chambliss is a likable guy, and he's a very good player, but he's an Ole Miss player, so I hope the Jets draft him because I couldn't stand my house every week glazing Trinidad Chambliss while he makes the Steelers win, and he's their new franchise quarterback. I couldn't stand it. I'm sorry. And I wouldn't like it if he was a Patriot either, but the Patriots have got their guy, so who gives a shit? We don't need to worry about that one. The Patriots have their guy. Maybe the Patriots should draft him just so he could be their backup. I don't know. I don't like that either, actually. I don't like that either, but either way. No, I couldn't do it. Either way. 0-0. Playing forward. Over the top, headed away. Way I see the Steelers should do it, if Aaron Rodgers wants to play next year, let him play next year. After that, let Will Howard fail for 2 years. Blow it up, fire Mike Tomlin, or let him walk at the end of his contract, hire Marcus Freeman, draft Camario Taylor after he wins a Natty and a Heisman for Mississippi State. Speaking of Camario Taylor, he's fine. He did have surgery on his ankle, but he'll be back for spring practice, so it wasn't that bad of an injury. Camario Taylor's fine. Thank you very much. Got him an offensive line, damn it. With that being said, 26 seconds or 26 minutes. Either way. Could have been worse. Ball crossed in. Header. Shot. Goal! Morocco scores! It's 1-0. 0-1 Morocco. El-Khabi with a goal. Or is it Brahim? I'm not sure. Ball goes in. Off the header. Ping pong, pinball, goal. Looks like it's Brahim that's claiming it. Or they're just all celebrating. But Morocco gets theirs. They were pushing. Looks like it's a Brahim goal. He's still celebrating. Brahim Diaz gets it. Header by El-Khabi was blocked. And then Brahim taps it in. Okay. El-Khabi's header was blocked, but it fell to Brahim, and he tapped it in off his crotch, for lack of a better term. Brahim Diaz with a goal. Header by El-Khabi basically assisted him, and Brahim tapped it in off his crotch, for lack of a better term. Morocco scores, 27th minute. That wasn't a shot off the foot. No. 0-1. No, that went off his cup. Moroccan Messi. He's scored in every game of the AFCON. Still scored in every game of the AFCON. Brahim Diaz. He scored in all 4 matches. Wait. Oh, wait. El-Kabi's the one where it was 3 goals per game with that brace. Goal against Comoros, goal against Mali, goal against Zambia, goal against Tanzania, goal against Cameroon. All 5 games. El-Kabi with the assist, pretty much. Mr. Afcon, Brahim. They're not all going to be pretty. Yeah, who cares? It counts. I'm just laughing because it was off his nads. But who cares? It counts. Free kick for Cameroon. Now, don't freaking allow one on the other end. Jesus Christ, men. Don't allow one on the other end. That was not off his foot. I was laughing at Fatma. I'm like, right-footed shot. No, that was off his nads. That was off his nads. But who cares, you know? Who cares? I'm trying to fight the jokes. I really am. I really am trying to fight the jokes here. It's too early for that shit. It's 1:30 in the afternoon. It's too early for that shit. It's not after dark. It's too early for that shit. 29th minute. Ball crossed in. Header. Get the ball, get the ball, get the ball, get the ball. Cleared. Jesus Christ. Man, when Morocco's not on the front foot, get the ball back, they keep it in. Go, 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 go. Ez Al-Zouli. Ez Al-Zouli gives up the ball. Morocco still, nope. They had it for a second, but they lost it. 3 shots to 0. Jesus Lord. Feels like there's more than that. Either way. Cameroon gets the ball back, 30th minute. Bono puts it on his feet. He could have picked it up. It's in the box. Okay, he picks it up now. You know what, though? To be real, if you want Trinidad Chambliss to be a good quarterback and get a good drafted team, the Dolphins. Like, if Trinidad Chambliss could end up with the Dolphins, that might actually be a really good shout, honestly. That actually is a good shout. Trinidad Chambliss is better than Tua anyway. And in general, I mean. I'm not talking about right now. I mean in general. But, wait, did Tua win a national championship? I don't even remember. Wait, oh no, he came in for Jalen Hurts. That's how he won it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's why Jalen Hurts went to Oklahoma. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, either way. Tua did. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if they did. Hopefully they don't. Whether it's the Patriots that knock him out or it's the Bears. Well, if it is the Broncos in the Super Bowl, we'll see who they play. We'll see who they play. (1-0), 32 minutes. If they play the Rams, I'll definitely root for the Broncos in the Super Bowl. Which that's very likely. Seahawks. It'd be funny if like 12 years later I flipped who I was rooting for. It would be funny. Panthers. It'd just be funny to see a team with a losing record win the Super Bowl and get revenge 10 years later. Either way. I do, yes. I was a little bit biased there. I won't. It is in Mile High. That's the problem. But you know what? That was my bias talking. I'll be real. If I'm wrong, that was definitely my bias talking. If I'm right, well, I'll still say I told you so, even though there was nothing behind it but me being biased. I'll admit that one. So either way, either my bias will back me somehow or we'll just lose again in Denver. Like normal. Like 10 years ago, for that matter. I just hope it isn't as bullshit. I just hope if they do, they beat the shit out of us. Frankly, I don't think, well, yeah, Tom Brady did kind of come back in that game 10 years ago. Either way. And Senior just got himself fired after when not even coaching a match. Either way. Either way. One 0 for Morocco. Referee talking to the players. 1 0 for Morocco. Playing forward. Throw in for Morocco. Morocco's still holding the pace for the most part, even after scoring the goal. Goal kick, 36th minute. Playing forward. Cleared away. That's interesting. SmackDown's live right now in Berlin. I know. But unlike Raw, we can't watch it live because it's still on USA Network instead of Netflix. Everybody who gets it on Netflix, you're lucky. Who knows? I don't even know. If I'm told that Cody Rhodes wins the 3 stages of hell, I'm watching Oregon frickin' Indiana tonight. If they say Drew McIntyre wins, I might watch SmackDown. But you got spoiled. I don't care. I just want Cody to lose. I want Cody to lose. I'm tired of his bullshit. Shot wide. I want Cody to lose. I don't care to who. You can use a VPN to watch it. I'm watching frickin' Morocco anyway right now, so. some point it's gonna get spoiled before whatever I choose to do after this game. If Cody or Drew won, I'll watch SmackDown if Drew won. Because, I mean, do I really care about Indiana, Oregon now that Ole Miss is out? And no. Because, again, I had that upset bracket, and it would have been a lot more awesome if the national title game was a hate watch on my birthday eve. But you know what? I'm still going live for the national championship game. Don't worry. I just wish it was a hate watch where I could have possibly made some money as well. But either way, even if I didn't have that, it still would have been a hate watch. But now it's just, it's a tradition. Yellow card for Nuhu. He'll miss the next match if Cameroon advances. So either way, I don't know. Just like the NFL playoffs are a tradition on this channel, just because it keeps my name in the algorithm. Somebody's pissed. 40th minute. I don't know. We'll see. Playing forward. 40th minute. '41st minute. 1-0 for Morocco. And that ball's out. Goal kick. Morocco looks like they very much are dominating this game. Is it 1-0 still? Yes, but this is the best performance I've seen Morocco have so far, comparatively. I mean, the Comoros game, I'm not saying they were going to lose, but they definitely played down to competition. Tanzania as well. They definitely played down to competition. Here, they're at least playing at Cameroon's level, if not more. No, that's pretty funny. Playing forward. '42nd minute. Mazraoui, that's pushed out. I would love to see a Canada-Morocco rematch. Well, you know what? They're very similar if you think about it. They both play down to competition. The stronger the team that plays them, the better they are, both of them. As I pointed out, and as the AFCONs proved. Canada's better, and the Gold Cup, let's be real, they both did. Canada and Morocco are similar. They love playing up to their competition and playing down to teams that are worse than them. They both love doing that. Actually, that would be an awesome game. Watching Canada play Morocco again, while Canada's gotten better, I would assume and say, and Morocco has still gotten better. I'd be interested to see how that game's played out. That would be a good rematch. And I still think Canada has a chance, weirdly enough. Okay, that's pretty cool. Or are still watching? Because Moroccan fans love me. Maybe the video pops off. Who knows? But don't worry, I'll be watching. Besides, there's no NFL games until tomorrow. And then Sunday, and then Monday, and then there's no games on Tuesday or Wednesday. Then Morocco plays again if they win. Saturday and Sunday might piss you off a little bit, but next week. But still watch every Canada game. So do with that what you will. Either way, 45th minute. If there's no NFL games, I can watch association football. With that being said, 5 minutes of stoppage time. Aw. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully the doggo behaves well. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully it's an easy time. Hopefully you enjoy it. Really all I could say. 46 minute. Hopefully it makes you smile. Oh, he was talking about the Dolphins. Oh, okay, either one. Free kick for Cameroon. Hey, we'll see what it is. Morocco, they don't get to the ball. .46 minute. Over the top and caught by Bono. Playing forward. Morocco has it. Here's a chance. Wide by El-Khabi. Good play, but nothing really there. Really no room. .47th minute, they'll go to 50 for stoppage. Do you think Croatia would win AFCON? At their peak, yes. Right now, a semi-quarterfinalist at least. But then the field, again, it's like U.S.-Mexico. The field, it's even. After the quarterfinals, it's an even field. They could win, they could not. I wouldn't say 50-50. I'd say what? 10% chance, 15% chance? Quarterfinals would be what? 25-50. So what? 25 divided by 2 is what? 12.5? 12.5. Yeah, 12.5% chance. Which isn't bad, per se, but, you know. 48th minute. Which isn't bad, per se, but, you know. I wouldn't say it's impossible. What? I was always a Brady fan. I was always a Patriots fan. Who are you talking about? Unless you talk about somebody else. I was always a Brady fan. Always rooted for the Patriots, rooted for the Bucs when Brady went there. I always had a soft spot for the Steelers, but that soft spot grew. The things you do for love, but that soft spot grew. But I never liked the Colts and I never liked the Broncos. Who are you talking about? Because he ain't talking about me. I don't know who you're talking about because Peyton Manning never played for the Steelers. Either way. Not talking to you yourself. Five minutes of stoppage time is over. Halftime, it's 1-0 for Morocco. 0-1. We'll take it. No. No. Oh. If he was talking about himself, he meant Bo, right? Had Peyton on my Broncos, now I have Drake on the Pats. It's crazy. Oh, he's a UNC fan. Well, shit, you have the Patriots, too. Well, shit, as long as the Steelers don't make the Super Bowl, you're happy, I guess, yeah? I see what he's doing. He's a UNC fan, or at least I think his dad is. Somebody in his family is a UNC fan, so there you go. So really, basically, as long as the Steelers don't make the Super Bowl, if the divisional winners are the teams that move on, you're going to be happy. That doesn't work for me, pal. Great first half. Yeah, Morocco played well. I need Patriots or Steelers. You know, I really don't want the Broncos in the Super Bowl, but if they earn it, they deserve it. Again, it depends on who they play if I root for them in the Super Bowl. But personally, give me Patriots or Steelers, please. The Jags, I'd be happy for them. They've played well this season. They deserve it. If they make it, they deserve it. I like Liam Cohen. I think he's a very good coach. I think Trevor is playing to the level that he should be. He showed flashes before, but I think he finally has the coach that makes him play to his best. The Jacksonville Jaguars are a likable team, so If they got to the Super Bowl, I'd be happy for them. And I'd root for them because it'd be their first. You know, they deserve to. Frankly, no, there's nobody I really like in the NFC like that I'd be happy for if they played against the Jaguars. No. Seattle, they've had theirs. Rams, you really think I'd root for the Rams over the Jags? You're out of your mind. 49ers, Bears versus Jags would be kind of cool to watch. I won't lie. Packers, no, I don't like the Packers. Who else is there? Eagles, oh, they're a bunch of frauds. Yeah. Frankly, it seems to me that I'd say it's more likely, no matter what, that I root for the AFC team in the Super Bowl, unless it's like the Bears in the Super Bowl for the NFC. I don't know. Because Patriots and Steelers, of course, I'd root for the Patriots and Steelers. Jags, I'd be happy for them if they won. Texans, I'd be happy for the Texans if they won. Chargers, I'd be happy for the Chargers. Who else is there? Oh, yeah. Texans, Jags, Bills. I'd be happy for the Bills. Broncos are probably the team I want to see win the least out of the AFC, but I still probably want to see them win more than any NFC team. Who are we kidding? No, I still think an African team would win the AFCON. I think Netherlands is too tactically well drawn or whatever. I don't know how to put it. Well drawn up, their tactics. With that being said, we'll take a short break at half, talk about the stats, get this one going, sit tight, we'll be back. 1-0 for Morocco. Pretty dominant in half. Can they keep it going? Sit tight, be back. Take a short break. 1-0. We're back for the stats of the half. Get a load of this guy. They can finish runner-up versus Morocco, yeah. We're back for the stats of the half. We got 43% possession to 57% possession. 2 shots to 5. 0 shots on goal to 1. 83 accurate passes, 67% to 120, 78%. 11 fouls to 8. 0 corners to 6. 2 shots to 5. 0 shots on goal to 1. 124 passes to 153. 67% pass accuracy to 78. 13 throws to 6. 0 offside to 0. 2 yellows to 0. 0 reds to 0. 0-1 at the half. I think Morocco were very dominant overall. I think Morocco were the better side in the first half. They were the dominant team. They were exactly playing the way that they needed to play to get something out of the game. Better side by far. And they won, or they got the first half lead going to the half. But Cameroon, they defended well. Could have been more for Morocco, but I think overall Morocco got the goal they needed. They dominated the play. They controlled the play. Should have scored more. Cameroon defensively were very strong in that case. Lots of corners, lots of set pieces. But Morocco found their way through. But they arguably should be winning by more. They aren't, but they're winning. They controlled the half, and they pushed forward, and they have the lead. Now they have to keep controlling the game. But they've been the better team so far by far. They have not played down, or they are playing to the level of Cameroon, which Cameroon is a solid team comparatively to the other teams they've played. So far, it's what you want to see. Algeria versus Nigeria tomorrow at 9:50, 11 or 10 a.m. Central. And the winner of that game plays Morocco or Cameroon. So we'll see how that game goes. And then, of course, Egypt and Ivory Coast play Senegal semifinals. They've been playing better. El-Khabi just got to be a bit more clinical. I would agree with that. Overall. I would agree with that. Guys, definitely, he's played well, though. So we'll see how it goes. Who's the Betis left back? He's been cooking for Morocco. Okay. All right. Betis left back. Well, Ez Al-Zouli plays left wing, and he's for Betis. And he's been playing well for Morocco. He's Eindhoven. You might be talking about Ez Al-Zouli, but he's a left wing player. He plays on left wing, not left back, unless just left wing for Betis. Yes. Ez Al-Zouli. You meant left wing. Well, that was their last starting 11. Good point. Either way, their 2 left backs are from Argentina, Switzerland. Junior Firpo went to Betis. There you go. Spanish. Yeah, so no, you're talking about Abdeyaz Al-Zuli being left wing, but either way. He's a damn good player, I agree, and he's had a really good run today. Really good game today. Honestly, he did against Tanzania as well, to be fair. But either way. 45 more minutes. Soon to start. Let's see. The second half is going to start now. Teams are walking out. We're ready to go. Let's make sure we're live. Morocco again to the AFCON. 45 minutes away from the AFCON semifinals. They'll find out their opponent by 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock tomorrow, Central Time, of course, different time over there. And then, of course, they'll find out who will be facing each other by an hour from now tomorrow in the other semifinal to know who's the two teams have an opportunity of facing in the final if they were to win. And I think, if I'm correct, their semifinal is second. So Morocco would know their opponent in the semifinal. If Morocco were to make the semifinal, Morocco would know their finals opponent or their third place opponent no matter what before they play their semifinal. They play the late semifinal on Wednesday, the 2 p.m. game. With that being said, we'll get going. Playing forward. And can Morocco build to getting another goal or two? 45th minute, we're off in the second half. $45 minutes. Over the top, header, brought down. Morocco clears. Playing forward. Good pickup by Comoros or Cameroon. Cameroon. Hakimi. Playing forward. 47th minute. 1-0. Forty-eighth minute. Drop ball. Forty-ninth minute. Yellow card. We're good. Heard some low buzzing. I'm like, what the hell? I think it's just either way. Playing forward. Cameroon has the ball. 50th minute, 1-0. Goal kick for Bono. So far, Morocco still has the lead. Cameroon's pushed so far this half. You wouldn't be surprised about that. The momentum Morocco had seems to be being washed away. It's a foul for Cameroon, free kick for Cameroon. $52 minutes. Morocco pushing forward. 53rd minute. Header. Brought down. Free kick for Morocco. Fifty-fourth minute. One 0 for Morocco still. Fifty-fourth minute. Thoughts on the performance? I watched yesterday's game. Yes. Ole Miss couldn't stop a nosebleed. That was their problem. Oh, and yeah, missing that second field goal, I should say. If he doinked those both in, they could have kicked a winning field goal at the end of the game instead of going for a Hail Mary. So for it to be that close with the way Ole Miss's defense was playing, it's kind of sad, I won't lie. But offensively, Ole Miss was amazing. Miami controlled the game pace-wise, and Ole Miss couldn't stop a nosebleed defensively, and that's what basically controlled the game. Yep. I can't say it's a bad thing. I can't say that's a bad idea because the Timbers, they've been competitive, but still bottom of the playoff spots. I can understand the choice, frankly. Take a year or two down just to be even better than 7th or 8th. Understandable. I mean, gotta wonder how high their ceiling actually was. Yes, when the Portland Timbers with the roster they had in this current era, when they were playing at their best, they played very well, but they were very peaks and valleys. I can understand the decision. Is it a good? Does it feel good? No, but business-wise, it makes sense. And el-Khabi just throws himself down. One 0 for Morocco. Ball goes out for a goal kick. And Bimbe is coming off for Nkudu. 58th minute. 1 0 for Morocco. Goal kick it was. One 0 for Morocco. Cleared away. Morocco gets the ball back. Can they build on this? Playing forward. '59th minute. Does Yassine Bono likely retire eventually with Al Hilal? I mean, yeah, he's definitely up there for a goalie. Well, I wouldn't say up there, but I don't see him going back to Europe unless his World Cup is so good that some EPL team that has a lot of money but is competitive signs him, or La Liga. Like Aston Villa. Does Aston Villa say, you know what? He's still got some. Let's sign him. Yep. So I think there's a chance. But Kapanen has been an incredible story. NHL leader in goals for rookies. Header over the bar. Yeah, Kapanen's been playing well. And he's on an Olympic team. Still certainly good. I agree, but I think the World Cup is his chance to get out of Saudi if he wants to. San Diego FC is parting ways with Chucky Lozano after one season. '61st minute. You know what? Understandable. Uh. 61st minute. Slavkovsky is awesome. Should have been 2-0. The Habs are doing well. It shows you how I feel about the Habs when I say, with the way the Leafs are playing now, I think the Leafs are going to make the playoffs. I do. If they keep playing like they are now, which I think they will, header! It goes! No! Cleared past the line. Or cleared off the line, I should say. I think the Leafs are pulling a 2019 Blues. I really am. Player down hurt, Sabari. I think the Leafs are going to pull a 2019 Blues, and I think they're in the midst of pulling that. I will say this, though. I think the Habs are going to win the Atlantic. I think the Leafs could pull their way up to second and finish second. I don't think they're going to finish above the Habs. So we are actively pursuing a DP winger. We're scouting a Polish center mid. I don't know where that's going. Seems like Rodriguez isn't coming back, so that opens up a DP spot. Yeah. How Hudson and Caulfield aren't on USA, have no clue. I don't either, really. It went off his hand anyway. So even if that ball crossed the line, it went off Sabari's hand on the bounce. So it probably wouldn't have been a goal anyway. Yeah, I don't understand it either, really. It makes no sense to me. Hudson and Caulfield should be on Team USA for the Olympics. I don't understand why it's not. Playing forward. 63rd minute. Well, yeah, that's a good point. '64th minute. Header cleared away. That actually looks pretty nice. But you know what? I'm kind of looking forward because NBC Sports is doing the Gold Zone again. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing some Olympic hockey be done through Gold Zone with Scott Hansen calling the games. That'd be kind of cool. Like, you know, Red Zone guy. I'm happy for Helly. I feel so bad for him carrying that shit bag in Winnipeg. Well, I mean, it's just that they've actually been a shit bag this year. I mean, he's been carrying them for years. And when he finally breaks down, they blame him. Playing forward. Blocked away. Corner for Morocco. Like, David Alaba to NYCFC. Universitario to SKC or NYCFC. So, I mean, yeah, Hellebuck, you could say for sure. He's always been carrying the Jets. Let's be real. Playing forward. Morocco gets the ball back. But it is, I can't say it's weird, but two of the best teams in the NHL last year have at least been at the bottom of the league for portions of time this year. The Leafs are on their way back up, as I said. The Jets are still at the bottom of the league. The fact that they were both at the bottom of the league for a time is crazy, though. Unexpected. Sofiane Amrabat coming on and En-Nesyri coming on from Morocco. I don't get it. Badly need a shake-up there. Winnipeg, yes. Leafs, probably wouldn't hurt, but Tati Castellanos going to West Ham instead of Flamengo. Or Tati's going to Flamengo. You know what? I'm happy for him, but it sucks for him that if he's going to Flamengo instead of West Ham, that does. Well, actually, no. West Ham's going down, so you know what? Might as well go to Flamengo. Frankly, I'd rather win. The Atlantic is so tight. Heard Blake Cameron's high on the Habs, or Blake Coleman's high on the Habs trade list. Yeah. But the Leafs are climbing. But that's the good news is the Leafs are climbing. So. Playing forward. And a player down for Cameroon hurt, and that probably definitely could end up being a penalty. Let's see. Messina, he does clip the leg of Mbumo. That definitely could be turned into a penalty for Cameroon. Thank goodness this is a strong draft class coming. This could easily be turned into a penalty for Cameroon. Could say it's incidental contact, but he does get him down. Drop ball. Drop ball for Morocco as it stands, and if he drops this ball, it's Morocco ball, and there's no penalty. And there will be no penalty. Lucky Morocco. Lucky Morocco. Lucky Morocco there, because it was a choice. There was a chance. '69th minute. Flamengo had shown interest in signing him from Lazio, but West Ham made the move. Okay, no, he should. I was confused with the way you were saying it. Honestly, I think you should have went to Flamengo instead. Like, he's going to West Ham to get relegated. Like, he's a good striker, but they need more than just Tati Castellanos. Ball crossed in. Caught by Bono, 70th minute. Header. 70th minute. Glad you made it there safe. Glad. I'm happy you made it there safe. '71st minute. Laughing at my phrasing because that was just either way. Cameroon with the ball. 1-0 for Morocco. Luckily, there wasn't a penalty against them, but Cameroon are starting to push forward. Cameroon are starting to push for a goal to tie this game up. Starting to throw on the pressure. Yeah, but they're still probably going down. 72 minutes. At least they're not Wolves. Could be worse. 71st minute. Ball crossed in. Header. Oh, that's out for a goal kick. '72 minutes. Playing forward. Oh my God, that is horrible. And that is a free kick from Morocco. The Baltimore Ravens just interviewed Kevin Stefanski. My God, that is so bad. Why would the Ravens want Stefanski? That is just no. Garbage idea. '74th minute. Free kick from Morocco. As Al-Zuli crosses in. Header. Sabari goal! Ismail Sabari scores for Morocco. What a shot. And it's 2-0 for Morocco. And that's what you call a pressure valve. Falls to him after the cross, and he laces it in. 2-0. 0-2. 74th minute. And that one should count for him. He had one taken away from offside. Was it against Zambia or Tanzania, or was it? I don't think I wrote it down. It was either Tanzania or Comoros. It was one of them I watched. Either way, 2-0 for Morocco. We'll be repping France at the Olympics. The PSV man, Sabari. What a shot. Boom. From the near post to the far post. Boom. Perfect placement. A laser and perfect placement. That's hard to do. And Sabari gives them the extra goal. Extends their lead to 2. With minutes to go, they should advance after that, but what do you know? Okay, they're done. Instead, they don't want John Harbaugh, and now we know Dolphins is interested in Harbaugh, including the Giants. You should want Harbaugh. Wait. Giants fan, right? You should want Harbaugh. You should want Harbaugh. You should hope the Miami Dolphins don't get him. It'll be awesome to see how much Texier carries France at the Olympics. You know? I think he'll do well. The sad part is he fits on the Caulfield Suzuki line. Off the rush, can't handle it. So much speed, pace. Yeah. I gotta say, like, Texier, let's see how good he is as a, how much can he do as a one-man team? We're going to find out. That'll be fun to watch. Because I think Texier is a talented player. I think he is a very talented player. And I think he is very good. And I think he could be a low-key star. Or he's on his way of being a low-key star. 77th minute. I like what I'm seeing from him. But if he could basically just single-handedly carry France to the knockout stage and maybe around further, he might be that dude. Morocco winning AFCON. Okay. That should be fun. 77th minute, 2-0. That should be fun. Headed away, out for a corner. Morocco winning AFCON. I mean, Nigeria, Algeria, Egypt are still there. We'll see what happens with that game. Senegal are still there. It's even money, but at this point, if the only teams where I'd be, okay, yeah, Nigeria didn't make the World Cup, but you never know. Like, Algeria is better than Nigeria, so Algeria should win that game. It wouldn't shock me if it goes the other way, but it wouldn't be that bad of an upset. Egypt should beat Ivory Coast. I know Ivory Coast are the defending AFCON champions, so it makes them feel a little bit more Unshockable if they win. But at this point, anybody who wins the AFCON, even if they're not as good as the others, it doesn't feel so weird. Like, it doesn't feel like a giant upset. Because, again, Ivory Coast are the defending champions. Nigeria, they're still Nigeria. Algeria's better. They should make the semifinal. Wouldn't shock me if they won. Egypt, they're playing pretty well. Everybody who's left, if they were to win this tournament, I don't think Cameroon's coming back with 10 minutes, so we'll just go with Morocco. Senegal, Morocco, Algeria, Nigeria, Egypt, and Ivory Coast. All 6 of those teams, if they ended up lifting the trophy, it doesn't feel so weird if they did. It's not like a AFCON where everything was crazy. Like, it feels sort of normal. Do you think Morocco's winning the game? Yes. AFCON, at this point, yes. But again, it wouldn't shock me if any of the Final 4 won. Or any of these Final 6 that are still alive won. Free kick for Morocco. I could make an argument for everybody. I could. I think Morocco's the favorite, though. The only one stopping Morocco is South Africa. Well, South Africa got eliminated, so John Harbaugh would be a great hire for anyone who needs a good coach. Who's the first round pick? Raiders will probably be there. I think Fernando Mendoza will go to the Raiders. Carson Beck ain't going top 2. I don't care if he wins the Natty. I think everybody knows he's a fraud. He'll go in the second round, probably. Jets will probably, actually, Jets might get Carson Beck instead of Trinidad Chambliss. I think what should happen, if Trinidad Chambliss does play for a good team, is the Dolphins. I think the Miami Dolphins, Trinidad Chambliss, they're going to move on from Tua. I think Trinidad Chambliss is that type of guy, and it sort of fits what Harbaugh was doing with Lamar. I think that's the smart way to play. And it also fits the offense they've built. I don't think the Dolphins are a bad team roster-wise. I just think Tua was cooked. If you get them John Harbaugh and Trinidad Chambliss, I think the Dolphins will be right back there, to be fair. So I think they should hope he falls to them. I don't control the ads on this channel, so I don't know why you did. Blame YouTube for serving you one. I don't control the ads on this channel, so blame YouTube for serving you one. I can't. I hate that you did. 82 minutes. I hate that you got one, but if I was controlling the ads, I wouldn't put them out there. But I can't control the ads, so blame YouTube. Sorry you did, though. $82 minutes. Header. I think he's talking about the bad ice, not the I don't think he's talking about the cubes. If you catch my drift. 83rd minute. I don't think he's talking about the cubes. Playing forward. 83rd minute. Free kick for Morocco at the edge of the box. Dillon. Again, I don't think he's talking about the cubes. 83rd minute. '84th minute, lol. Free kick for Morocco. Shot blocked off the wall. Morocco chips it over the top, and that's going to go out for a throw, 85th minute. Got to get out of the bad vibes. Fair enough. I agree. Playing forward. Javier Aquino going to Juarez. That's interesting. 85th minute. Daniel Rios to Montreal. I guess that's the Owusu replacement. Ezeli off. I mean, the rosters look solid. It's going to be a good tournament. Daniel Rios to Montreal, huh? I guess that's their Owusu replacement. 86th minute. Owusu's left at this point, yeah? Up. 87th minute. Is there any rumor about Benteke going to where? I know there's rumor about Benteke's interested in NYCFC. I think there was more of a chance he goes back to like Turkey or something. Maybe I'm wrong though. 88th minute. '84th minute. Over the top. Header. Playing forward. Blocked away. Cameroon are down 2 with a couple of minutes to go plus stoppage time. Morocco looking to put this one away and shut the door. Here I thought Owusu signed an extension. Maybe I'm just going off the rumors of him going to Germany. Maybe. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe he did sign an extension. But Sun is still pissed off that Owusu was getting Bundesliga references or links. He's still pissed off about that, so that was a month ago. I don't see anything about a don't see nothing about a contract extension. Either way, 89th minute. He hasn't moved yet either, but Brahim is off for Morocco. '89th minute. Into the 90th. Seconds to go before stoppage time. Morocco up 0-2. Can they keep pushing? Offside. Be a free kick for Cameroon. And Morocco are 5 minutes away from going on to a semifinal. And we'll be live on Wednesday afternoon when they play that semifinal. Who they will play, we'll find that out. Well, not live, but we will know tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, who Morocco will play. There's no way they blow a 2-goal lead in 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes. There's no way. I think they have it. So, 45 more. Morocco are close to a semifinal. They'll play Algeria or Nigeria. We know it's one of them two. We just don't know who's won that game yet. That's what we'll have to find out and wait for. Egypt and Ivory Coast will play. The winner of that game will play Senegal. Ivory Coast could still make a Final Four to have a chance to defend their title. UAE, not too sure. I mean, I wouldn't be, well, not in that system, but no. I'd rather have Benteke than Mikel Ura, though. If Toronto wanted to get a striker, I would rather have Benteke than Mikel Ura. Especially if Fraser's there the whole time. Ball crossed in. Header. And that'll be a free kick for Morocco. 93rd minute. GG's. I don't think that game was... No, it's a free kick for Cameroon. I think it was GG's 10 minutes ago. Who are we kidding? Ball crossed in, header. One more minute, 1:20 to go. He's a third goalie. I think if he's the starter over Gavrin at any point of the year, or a Decidero, something bad happened. I think he's probably the backup, but I'd rather a Decidero be the backup, and then if one of them get hurt, Yarbrough is the backup. I don't think Yarbrough is that good. I mean, he couldn't even really play on Miami over Rios Novo. So do with that what you will. 30 seconds. Seconds to go. And Morocco are seconds away from a semifinal. When the whistle is blown, they will move on. Full time! Morocco wins 0-2. They move on to the semifinals, and we will be live Wednesday afternoon when they play Algeria or Nigeria. Another Morocco game. What, 5 days away or whatever? With that being said, Morocco will move on. 2 games away from winning a trophy in their own backyard. That is crazy, but I wonder how many drones there are in Indonesia. With that being said, Morocco moves on. With that being said, congratulations to Morocco, commiserations to Cameroon, and Morocco are one of the final 6 that will end up being one of the final 4. Because there will be 2 more teams eliminated tomorrow. With that being said, we know Senegal and Morocco are through. 2 teams will be eliminated tomorrow. We'll have our semifinal 4 at the end of the day tomorrow. But with that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Test chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for a live watch along of Packers at Bears. And we will be live, or we'll review both Saturday games after the Packers-Bears game is over. But, of course, we have to review this within the hour as well. So the review for this will come up, and then I'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m., 6:55, 7 p.m. for the second wild card game of 2, and then we'll review both games after that Packers-Bears game is over, because I think we all know where the Rams game is going. So with that being said, I'll review this game, and I'll see you later tomorrow. I'm Ryan, and I'm out. Peace. See you.